What's going on, guys? So today we're just going over this eBay catch can that I have, and we need to change out one of the hoses for it. So I just wanted to show you guys the catch can real quick and show you what I think about the whole installation and how it performs. Basically, with the catch can, I had to unhook this hose, inlet hose, this side, the passenger side PCV hose, and then also the right side. I'm just gotta unplug those to get to that little link right there, because that hose collapsed on me. So I'm gonna just replace that hose real quick, and then I'll show you the catch can on that side. So basically, what I have to do real quick is start the car and run it just for a few minutes, because the hoses, because it's so cold outside, they're just shot. Basically, all those are real stiff, and I don't want to crack any, try to like pull it off and just replace them. So just to avoid that, I'm just going to start it up and let it warm up for a little bit. Sped through that last part, but yeah, just sum up what I did for my eBay catch can, as you could say, because I got it from Amazon. Was I just replaced some hoses. Those aren't the original hoses that it came with. It came with some like really cheap, like it was like some clear blue tubing, which I'm pretty sure you use on toilets or some shit, but don't use that. If you get Amazon or eBay catch can, make sure you buy some extra hoses from Home Depot, or just go to AutoZone and get some vacuum hose. Now I got this red hose, but as you can see, like right there, the hose basically got burnt up from just rubbing on something a lot, and then it started basically seizing up right here. The hose started to collapse, so I basically just had to replace the hose, and this was after a lot of driving, and I made sure to just continually check the catch can, just because I know things like this happen, and I know you have to watch out for the hoses and everything. So just FYI, if you do have a catch can and you don't have braided lines or and in fittings, make sure you check your hoses, because sometimes they will collapse, and it's just something you have to replace every once in a while. But outside of that, I already replaced all the hoses, so I'm started up, make sure everything works, which it should, and just show you guys how it looks. This is the hose that burnt up earlier, so just gotta watch out for that spot. That seems pretty clear. And there's another hose that comes right here, and they all connect to a T-fitting right there, and then that goes all the way to inlet. What's going on, Ginger Lot? So just woke up, but I forgot to end yesterday's video about the catch can. And basically, my final words on it, because I know that there's a lot of controversy on like eBay catch cans, Amazon catch cans, and basically anybody that is a name brand. So D1 Spec, I think, is one of them. I can't really remember the other brands, but basically, is it worth it or not? It's better than nothing, I'll say that. Because as you may know, the catch cans usually just got a text, but they don't come with like a baffling system inside of it. But once you open it up, what it does have is one, the inlet port is much lower than the outlet port, so that's at least a good sign, because what that allows it to do is just it shoots everything further down so that there's more time for it to condense and basically separate the air from the oil. With how my car, as you saw the engine, the way the Mercedes engine is designed, has two ports from each valve cover coming over towards the intake. So when you splice both of those and you send both sides of it to one T connection, and then you send that T connection all the way to the catch can, the inlet side, that's a lot of like time and room for the oil and gas vapors to really travel, so it gives it more time to condense. And if you go and like cut a hose like in half, or if you open the T connection up, you'll see like oil and gas built up, and that's just from like the distance of it traveling. It has a lot more room to travel, so even without the baffling, it's still like catching some oil. That was like from 500 miles of driving, and it's not a lot, but it's a substantial amount. Like I could drain it right now if I wanted to get a nice little puddle, so you could look at it like the other YouTube videos where they drain it. But yeah, with all those connections and all that travel time and all that time for it to condense and all that, you're still going to collect some, and it's still going to be better than all that building up in your oil line or in the PCV lines, and then just slowly, you'll just see it slowly like trickle into your intake. So it's better than nothing, just to at least have the particles that condense to go straight to the catch can. But all that to say is, if you do get an eBay catch can or Amazon catch can, just beware that's not going to catch everything, just because there's no baffling, and it's just period, it's not going to catch everything, but the baffling system will help out. But if you're just tight on money, or you don't want to make that commitment right yet, because paying $300 for a catch can is just ridiculous, and I don't recommend it unless you just have that money laying around, because the cost to like what it's going to do is not that great. It's not going to make you faster, it's going to make you burn cleaner, but like it's not worth it. So if anything, buy one of these catch cans and just mod it yourself. But I mean, outside of that, for the money, I highly recommend it, because it's only like 15 bucks, so it's a steal. Now for the hoses, you do need to buy new hoses. I had to buy like 10 feet of hose just because I have two PCVs coming towards the catch can, so I have to install on both sides. I could have installed just on the driver's side, then on the passenger side did a little breather, but I don't want to deal with the fumes and all that. So that's one thing I don't really understand, is why people go with breathers. Like I go to car meets sometimes and people have breathers on their PCV, and I mean, in a sense it makes sense, you're just shooting into the atmosphere, but you get rid of that vacuum to your intake. So if you are into cars and you know a lot about them, just leave a comment and tell me more about that, and if it's actually worth just putting a breather on it or not. But outside of that, if you want to pick up a catch can, I'll leave a link to the one I got below. But outside of that, I'll catch you guys in the next video.